Good afternoon and welcome to Winchester News Online. I'm your host, Elliot McVie. Coming up today, all hands on deck in the Tory leadership race. Station Approach gets a new look.
Hoping to approve the master plan next year. At that point, it's all about getting a developer on board who shares that vision.
And Winchester film students find great success across the pond. A body was found on Saturday morning, shortly before hundreds of runners were set to take part in the Winchester Park Run. The identity of the victim has not yet been released. Our reporter Guy Nicklinson is at the scene for us. Guy, what can you tell us?
Police have confirmed that a man's body was found here by the cricket pitches at Nuns Road. Hampshire and Isle of Wight Constabulary have said that the incident is being treated as unexpected but not suspicious. The man's next of kin have been made aware. The body was found just half an hour before the park run was due to start, and so organisers were forced to cancel the event. As far as we're aware, the park run should be back as usual this coming Saturday. Back to you, Elliot.
Many students will be dreaming of winning awards in their field when they finish university. And for a group of students here at Winchester, that dream has become a reality sooner than they'd ever expected. Morgan Mitchiner-Banks tells us more.
From Winchester to Manhattan, this short film by graduating film production students has given them an unexpected surge to success. Their piece, titled Children of the Valley, has won the Best Ensemble Acting Award at the International Film Festival in Manhattan. The film is set and shot in the valleys of South Wales in a small town called Abercarn, the hometown of writer and director of the film, Benjamin Phillips.
We were just focused on the good grade at the time. We weren't really thinking about international film festivals. And it was just purely by like Ben said, bumping into the festival director at Cannes and being like, why not? Why, like, we should just submit and see what happens. And then I got the acceptance email at some random Wednesday at 10 o'clock. And yeah, we got in somehow.
Complete with a set of professional actors, the story is told through a series of flashbacks, portraying life growing up in a secluded town with the feeling of unknowing about where life is going to take you.
We were all like so into what we were doing, and I think that does show in the final product. So I guess it's just be like ambitious and passionate with what you're making, and I think people will recognise that.
Rob Ferrin, the programme leader for film production at Winchester, is delighted to see his students succeeding so early in their careers.
I'm incredibly proud of this group of students and what they've been able to achieve only mere months after leaving university and graduating. To be selected for any kind of film festival is amazing, but to actually go on and win an award is just outstanding in terms of the achievement, so we're all really proud of them.
The film is also nominated for the Best Film Award at the Grammys, taking place in London this Friday, and the producers will no doubt be hoping to add another award to their collection. Morgan Mitchiner-Banks, Winchester News Online.
The Tory leadership race has been heating up, with both Tom Tugendhat and James Cleverly being eliminated from the contest. Our political editor Rhys Huggett can talk us through it.
There's only two left in the race to lead the Conservative Party, and they're not the two that anyone expected. The favourite, James Cleverly, was knocked out in a shock result last week, with some political insiders pointing to overconfidence in the Cleverly camp as the reason he may have lost out. The two remaining candidates are Robert Jenrick and Kemi Badenoch. They've been selected by the MPs, but will be chosen by the Tory party members. They will pitch themselves to the members in the next couple of weeks in events across the country. The party membership, which are much older, with the majority over 60 and are right of centre. Badenoch has a direct approach and often speaks her mind, which can get her into trouble. She has positioned herself on the right of the party and anti-woke, even picking a fight with Doctor Who. Many of her supporters have likened her style to Margaret Thatcher. Jenrick started as a more moderate when he entered Parliament a decade ago, but tried to prove his hard right credentials when he resigned as Immigration Minister, saying the Rwanda policy didn't go far enough, and many have called him a shapeshifter, although his supporters reject this claim. But it'll be too late to respond to the budget announcement later in the month. but whoever wins, they will face the enormous challenge of dragging the Conservatives back from the electoral abyss.
Last week, Maeve Corbett gave us a quick introduction into the upcoming US presidential election. The vote is getting closer, and she's been looking into some more of the details for us.
The future is always worth fighting for.
To all my fellow Americans living abroad, I need you to join me right now in saving our country. Our country is in very serious trouble.
Many people may think that the President of the United States doesn't impact us here in England. But the reality is, the US is one of our biggest trade partners, and the influence that the US has in our politics across the pond can be life-changing. I've spoken to Professor Jacob Montgomery of Washington University in St. Louis for his opinions on what could change based on a Harris or Trump victory.
I think that there's two things that are sort of at stake, especially for people abroad. One is the presidency has a lot of discretion in controlling United States foreign policy. I think the other one is on trade, and there's a lot of discussion on, again, by his campaign, that he would massively increase, for instance, tariffs, which would have like very significant effects on trade between Europe and the United States, both the EU and the United Kingdom.
Both Kamala Harris and Donald Trump have agreed on many policies, including peace in Ukraine.
Russia's invasion threatens not just Ukraine's democracy, it threatens democracy and security across Europe.
Russia's invasion of Ukraine would have never happened if I was in the White House. Not even thinkable, not even a possibility. We must end this ridiculous war and demand peace in Ukraine now before it gets worse.
But between Harris's New Way Forward, Trump's Agenda 47, and speculation and debate over Project 2025, it can all be so confusing for voters. That's why Winol will be keeping you up to date and informed over the next few weeks. I'm Maeve Corbett, Winchester News Online.
Hurricane Milton has taken Florida and the internet by storm. Isabel Jones is here in the studio. Isabel, what's the latest?
There is 2.4 million people left without power, and most of Tampa Bay is in fact without water. However, on the brighter side of things, the Tampa Bay Hospital is up and running. They are also offering a scheme where they offer their employees free gas and free diesel to ensure that the hospital stays running with all of their employees. And Joe Biden has offered a $600 million recovery aid scheme to help aid all the victims who have suffered the consequences of Hurricane Milton.
And of course, social media has been going crazy about this hurricane. Yes. What can you tell us about that?
Well, I believe it all started
Hurricane Milton has taken Florida and the internet by storm. Isabel Jones is here in the studio. Isabel, what's the latest?
And tracking it live. And it was intended to be a Category 5 hurricane, which, if you know anything about hurricanes, Category 5 is definitely not good at all. It was, in the end, a Category 3, however, it did do severe damage still. So all over social media, since that video went live, a lot of creators have been talking about Hurricane Milton, including those who are local to Tampa Bay. So there has been various different TikToks specifically of different creators posting things about evacuations, etc. There's been a few videos which have enraged a lot of viewers, where people have been dancing in torrential rain with pretty snarky comments as the headline of the video. There has been some heartwarming videos, however, of creators checking up on their followers and checking up on other creators also. It is quite insane that social media has the power to hold us all together and connect us all globally.
Of course, thank you, Isabel. Now, Winchester City Council are keen to hear the views of residents, commuters and young people on plans to regenerate Station Approach. Kieran Tibbett was at the railway station to see if the plans are on track.
What's the first thing you notice when you arrive at Winchester Station? The buses? The car parks? Or the Costa? Winchester City Council have launched a public consultation into the proposed regeneration of Winchester Station Approach, which will see 5 key surrounding areas transformed to make a welcoming gateway into the city.
And there's a real opportunity here. Firstly, we want to improve how the station works as a connection hub for all forms of transport. Secondly, there's been a lot of change in how people are working, how people are living, and we want an area that helps with that. And thirdly, we want to make sure that it's a really fantastic welcome to the city. We're producing what's called a master plan, which lays out how we want to use the different parts of the area. We're hoping to approve the master plan next year. At that point, it's all about getting a developer on board who shares that vision. We've been really encouraged by how positively people are reacting both to the intent and the objectives that we've set for the project, but also for the master plan that we've put forward that shows how we might want the area to develop.
6 key principles including arrival, movement and biodiversity are also guiding the council through the early stages of these plans. But what would users of Winchester Station change about the area known as Station Approach?
Like transport links such as like buses to track more local area.
Not very user-friendly if you're dropping someone off. Brilliant apart from that.
To be honest, I don't think it needs a great deal of improvement.
The regeneration of Winchester Station Approach is only just getting started, but it looks set to bring long-term benefits and opportunities to the area as well as enhance user experience. The ongoing public consultation closes on the 27th of October, with the City Council urging people of all ages to share their thoughts on the proposed plans. Kieran Tibbett for Winchester News Online.
Passengers are facing rail delays after the rail lines near Chandler's Ford were blocked due to signalling problems. Services running through Eastleigh and Romsey are currently being affected. South Western Railways say they expect the disruption to last until the afternoon, with train tickets being accepted on Blue Star bus routes. Meanwhile, this morning drivers also met delays after one lane was blocked on the A31 due to a broken down car. Hampshire Police have confirmed that officers were notified of the vehicle earlier today. The lane was cleared after almost an hour. With a lawn disc currently being introduced as part of construction at St Cross Garage in Winchester, those pulling onto the forecourts may soon be able to buy a bottle of bubbly when they go up to fill up their car. But how do local residents feel towards the potential sale of alcohol? Jade Edwards-Lowe went to find out.
The long-delayed refurbishment of this petrol station on St Cross Road in Winchester is causing growing frustration among local residents. Originally set to reopen in September, the site remains incomplete, with no official word on when construction will finish. Once a regular stop for many, this forecourt has become a local eyesore.
This isn't the first time that alcohol has caused controversy on this site. Back in 2009, BP attempted to introduce alcohol here, which led to a protest from local residents. There were concerns over antisocial behaviour, late-night disturbances and vandalism, which led to BP scrapping the project altogether.
Now with the station set to house a Londis convenience store, potentially selling alcohol, some fear that history may repeat itself. The details of alcohol sales, including opening hours, have yet to be disclosed to the public, leaving residents uncertain about what to expect.
Residents don't want the alcohol sale here, even though I think it would benefit the area and pull more people to this part of town.
I'm annoyed that the construction's still going on, so I'm having to go much further to fill up petrol in my car.
Winol reached out to BP, Londis and JP&S Services, who are taking over the whole site, but currently all three are yet to go on record. For now, residents of St Cross Road will have to wait just a little longer. Reporting for Winchester News Online, I'm Jade Edwards-Lowe.
Over 250 people gathered in Winchester City Centre to raise money for the Winchester Hospice. Mia Lawton headed down to find out more.
For the second year running, people from all over Hampshire have dressed head to toe in their best purple attire to participate in the Winchester Hospice Purple Night Walk. The charity event consists of a fun 6-kilometre walk through the Winchester City Centre to celebrate the incredible work that is done at the Winchester Hospice and raise money for the amazing cause.
And of course it's very much a local charity, started off by local fundraisers, dependent on local fundraisers. So having you all here is phenomenal.
Winchester Hospice provides end-of-life care to those with life-limiting illnesses. Being the only hospice in the city, the funding and support from locals makes an unimaginable difference.
Hiya, so tonight has been an amazing evening, our Purple Night Walk. The organisation has taken a few months, but today we've had about 230 people sign up and the event's raised about £35,000. which is just an incredible sum of money. We had no idea we would raise so much money, but it's been so successful.
At the end of the walk, participants received a medal at the Winchester Cathedral to recognise their achievements, and the community came together to celebrate how special the work at the Winchester Hospice truly is.
The Winchester Hospice team are absolute angels to us. They continue to support us as a family, and always with a smile on their faces. Nothing is too much trouble.
The local community and the staff at the Winchester Hospice have had a great evening and raised over £35,000 for the hospice. Mia Lawton, reporting for Winchester News Online.
Care to dance? The Winchester Dance Society explores the benefits of sport on mental health. Izzy Paul waltzed down to find out more.
Dancing to the beat of this week, the Winchester Dance Society spin, kick and twirl into auditions just in time for World Mental Health Day. Dance is so much more than just a sport for these students.
Dance has proven to be the best way to improve your physical and mental health, provided the students of Winchester University choose to dance.
Because it's always been there since I was little, and my mum's always danced, so I was always there, and when I was going through tough times, it was always there for me.
I enjoy doing it for the exercise and for the physical challenge, as well as the mental creativity.
So I think, especially for me, like mentally, dance is pretty much an escape from everything that I do in my general day-to-day life. I think people come to dance to get away from whatever's going on, and it's nice to be with a group of people who you can just move around with, have fun time with, and just ignore whatever's going on, but it's also a nice release.
As this dance society move forward into competition season, they hope that more and more students will feel encouraged to join, whether it's for the physicality or simply for the fun of it. Izzy Paul, Winchester News Online.
At the weekend, Winchester Pilates held a 24-hour fundraiser in aid of Winchester Hospice. The hospice provides end-of-life care to adults. Mariella Southern found out more.
Midday on Friday the 11th of October marked the start of the Winchester Pilates 24-hour challenge, raising money for Winchester Hospice. Classes started on 12 p.m. on Friday and ran all the way until 12 p.m. the next day. Classes ranged from gentle mat sessions to the use of larger Pilates equipment, and one man attempted it all.
It's been 10 years now that I've been doing it. Well, formally, I did used to do it a long time ago when I was doing rugby training. We did it as part of the rugby training.
Pilates was not my first choice. I broke my back last time, broke it twice, and I broke it last time 12 years ago, and my physio said I probably would never walk again, so I suggested Pilates. I went in with a very sceptical view, thinking that it wasn't for me, and was blown away by how effective it was. I am a competitive athlete, and I am more successful than I ever have been because of Pilates. 3, 2, and 1.
I'm doing the Sahara Trek for the hospice in November, and early on I had a chat with Sam saying, can we do something to help raise some of the money for that? And Sam said, yeah, of course, absolutely happy to work out something. And her idea, coming back from having chatted with her team, was to do 24 hours of Pilates.
Hospices are, you've probably noticed, as everyone has, they're in the news at the moment a lot in respect of funding. And hospices are dealing with an ever-growing population who need care, palliative care, end-of-life care. So the reason we're raising money is because we want to maintain that going forward for the Winchester community.
This was the moment Dave completed 24 hours of Pilates for Winchester Hospice. It was followed by celebrations and a raffle with prizes from several local sponsors, including a grand prize of a necklace worth £200.
About 5 a.m, I kind of hit a bit of a wall, so Sam got me through that, and then it's been okay, mostly. I've had a very long sleep after this.
Mariella Southern, Winchester News Online.
Last week, a shopping centre in Winchester held Student Night, an evening of free entertainment performed by local students. There were prizes and discounts to be won, and shops remained open later for students to browse. Alexandra Stapleton went along to join in.
Local students took over for a night of performances in the place that usually serves as a shopping hub. The Brook Shopping Centre in Winchester hosted an event where students had the centre to themselves for the evening.
Our performance was around a 30-minute set of some songs that we did last year. And it was very good because we got some new members in, so they learnt them very, very quickly on our rehearsal yesterday. And yeah, it was just basically a few songs from our repertoire.
The evening wasn't just entertainment. Students were able to shop in stores with numerous discounts, a raffle which gave away plenty of prizes, and enjoy free samples of food.
I think it went well, considering the fact that we haven't really practiced for it. A lot of the choir members there had never sung those songs because they were either new or we just hadn't practiced them. And usually we'd have someone conducting, but we didn't have that. So.
It was lovely. It was such an amazing audience, really lively. Definitely more than what we were expecting, but it was lovely to have a range of different people there, different ages. It was really lovely.
There was not too many people, but they were engaged in the performance, joining in, giving us big smiles and good energy, which we always love.
Yeah, no, it was great. I mean, we had people clapping, dancing, singing along, so it was so much fun.
As the night comes to an end, the performances from local students along with food from the vendors brought the community closer together. Alexandra Stapleton, Winchester News Online.
Ticket prices for concerts are soaring, and it's making it difficult for fans to see their favourite bands. But what lengths will people in Winchester go to get to a gig? Rebecca Johnson has been exploring how it's not just the price of a ticket that is high, but also the excess fees that are charged.
Attending a concert comes with many advantages, for example, hearing your favourite songs live, but with ticket prices being hiked up to over £80 for the nosebleed section, you begin to question why companies are adding an extra £20 booking fee.
The longest I've probably ever had to wait is 5 hours, which was for Harry Styles tickets.
All of the above, because depending on the venue you're in, the venue will take a big cut or a smaller cut, and then depending on the set design, it depends on the artist completely, because when I've been to festivals and stuff like that, you pay like 200 and something quid for a whole weekend and you get to see so many artists, but the set design and stuff like that isn't there.
As the costs of tickets continue to rise, more and more people are having to reduce their spending in order to see their favourite groups live. Many fans are now turning to watching their local artists live. Rebecca Johnson, Winchester News Online.
Winchester is famed for its cultural scene, including the works of Jane Austen. And that work is continuing as Winchester hosts its own poetry festival, where local poets showcase their work. Francesca Pritchard headed down to experience the event.
You seat me upright, you clothe my children, though once you...
I am Francesca Pritchard at the Winchester Poetry Festival's Write a Note Poets, which is a fantastic showcase of local, talented poets, hosted right in the city centre at the Arc.
This year, a key theme was Things We All Call Home, which incorporated not only English poems but also Hindi. I asked those in attendance how they thought events like these impact the community.
Events like these really allow the community to come together, showcase all of the different talents from such an array of different people from different backgrounds.
This place will be safe when people can walk wherever, whenever, and not have to be constantly glancing over.
Notable poets in attendance included Akila Richards, who is an award-winning poet, performing both nationally and internationally.
Southampton, Southampton.
The festival featured work from Southampton's local theatre, Mast, spoken open mic night, which takes place monthly and is a fantastic display of local talent.
But it must have...
Established in 2013, hosted annually in Winchester, the festival believes that poetry has the power to bring us all together and make a positive, enriching difference to our lives and the society that we live in. I caught up with Damien Calabasha, co-host of the event, who spoke all about the poems
and those
themselves.
poems talked about the real experiences of people, and that is something that connects us with not just the issues but with the people who are affected by them.
The festival has been a triumph, celebrating local talent and showcasing up-and-coming gifted poets. Francesca Pritchard, Winchester News Online.
Yesterday, the University of Winchester's Christian Union was encouraging students to ask questions about faith. In return, they were offered a sweet treat, as Reese Huggett explains.
What do you put your trust in? These were some of the questions asked at the University of Winchester's Christian Union's Dial a Donut stall. people were coming all day to the stall to ask a variety of questions.
We had so many questions. Questions about faith and science, faith and suffering, what is church, things like that. In total, we've just added it up. In total, there was 95 questions. So we're going to be busy answering all these questions. But good job, we've got a lot of excited people as part of our Christian Union who are keen to answer them and get them to people's doors.
It's a lot of donuts.
Yeah, a lot of donuts. 95 donuts. So many.
Members of the Christian Union gather every Monday at 7 p.m. to worship God. But what is the aim of the CU?
So we have a mission statement which is growing together to share the love of Jesus on our campus. And it's about growing a Christian community of students from so many different churches and really just being unified in the sense of wanting to share the gospel on campus.
With so many people coming to the stall, was it a success?
103 people know a little bit more about Christ and our faith and our religion, and that was the aim, that was the goal, and very happy with it.
The CU will be hoping that after today, more people will be interested in coming along or joining a church. With 103 questions answered and as many donuts delivered as possible, many would call this a success. And because of this, there will likely be many more CU outreach events to come. Reese Huggett, Winchester News Online.
That's all we have time for today. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time.